Welcome to East versus West 25. Tomorrow night here in Batumi, we have 13 of the best arm wrestling matches in the world. Right across the weight classes, we have multiple world championship titles which will be contested. And tonight we will meet all of our athletes. They will come up onto this stage to give you guys at home an opportunity to see and to feel what you're about to witness tomorrow night here in the traditional arm wrestling home of Georgia. Without further ado, let's get underway. Our first match tomorrow is on the right arm in the 85-kilogram welterweight division. And firstly, I would like to welcome Artem Popov to the table and Vlad the Destroyer Krasovskis.
Всем привет.
Guys, welcome to the show, and you get the opportunity to start off this massive card in Georgia. I'm going to start with Vlad the Destroyer. Vlad, you've been here before, not your first time at East versus West, and the last time out didn't go your way. Today, you're going to be coming back and facing this gent, who is another ultra-explosive athlete. How do you feel going into this match?
Так, добро пожаловать. У вас есть возможность начать этот шикарный карт в Грузии. Это не твой первый матч, у тебя уже есть опыт, но, к сожалению, твой последний матч не пошел в твою сторону. У тебя еще один соперник, такой же взрывной. Как себя чувствуешь, какие взгляды на матч?
Всем привет. Чувствую себя великолепно. Подготовка прошла намного лучше, чем в прошлый раз. Готов на все 100% показать свою лучшую форму и показать, как Артема рука падает в мою сторону.
First of all, hello everybody. This one's been great. You know, the preparation, this one was awesome, much better than the last time. So this time, I'm ready to show everybody here how Artem's hand just falls to the pen pad.
And Artem, for yourself, you're making your debut, your first time out in East versus West against a man with a fearsome reputation. He tells us that he's in the best shape we've seen in a long time, and you look at him, he certainly looks the part. Can you make this man eat his words?
Итак, твой соперник, у которого это твой дебют, так что у тебя опытный соперник с хорошей репутацией, и который говорит, что он сейчас в лучшей форме, и это видно. Сможешь ли ты заставить пожалеть о его словах завтра?
Я не знаю, что он там намечтался, но он мой старт не остановит, потому что я быстрее, я моложе, а ему уже надо на пенсию, я думаю.
Молодость это не всегда плюс. Я думаю, опытность это намного лучше, чем молодость.
You know what? I don't know what he's dreaming about, but you know, I'm younger, I'm faster, so tomorrow he just won't be able to catch my start. In which Vladislav is replying that you know, youth isn't always the deal breaker; it's experience as well.
И я хотел бы сказать, что мне 30 лет, ну как бы, я бы сказал бы 18, но просто у меня 12-летний опыт, все.
Опыт опытом, но...
You know, I'm 30 years old, but you can say I'm an 18-year-old with 12 years of experience so far in arm wrestling.
12 years of experience. Does that count? I mean, he said a moment ago that he's too fast, and yet everybody knows you're explosive. Is he faster than you?
Итак, 12 лет опыта это много, это считается. Но он говорил то, что он тоже быстрый. Как ты думаешь, все-таки в чью скорость сторону? Он побыстрее тебя?
Я давайте так скажу. Он 12 лет наращивал мышцы, а у меня 5 лет работал над стартом. Старт или сила? Как думаете, кто сильнее будет? Так
No,
что...
it's been 12 years, but it's been 12 years of building muscle. While I've been working for 5 years, working on my ready go, working on my arm wrestling. So you decide. I think start is the strength.
Без силы никакого старта не будет никогда. Надо получить чуть-чуть физику.
You know, without the strength, you will never have the ready go.
Are you impressed by his physique? When you look at him, do you think bodybuilder or do you think arm wrestler? What do you think of this? Look at the forearms. Give him a flex there.
Впечатлен его физикой. Ну, когда смотришь на него, что ты думаешь?
Конечно, это очередной бодибилдер. Так что я думаю, это легко будет пройти его.
You know, it's just another bodybuilder. Just one more bodybuilder. So I think it's going to be an easy win.
Does he take this? Is he concerned about the reputation of Vlad? A guy called Vlad the Destroyer? Does he feel like he's going to be destroyed? Or does he feel like this is an opportunity getting somebody so difficult straight out the gate?
Да, но неужели нет никакого волнения с репутацией Влада? Влад the Destroyer, уничтожитель. Или же...
Вообще нету никакого волнения. Вообще.
Okay, no worries at all. Nothing.
Наверное, ты должен помнить моего брата Давида, как вы сражались на Европе.
Ну, там был разрыв и ошибка судейства, я считаю.
Oh, he said about the match with his brother. He should have been beaten his brother, but in which Vlad is saying that there was an error. It was just a slip, a referee error.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one will be the first match of the night. Tomorrow night is in the welterweight division. Artem Popov, Vlad the Destroyer, Krasovskis. Fellas, if you could go to the front for us there and face off. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Size it up. Who do you like? The tall, rangy Artem Popov, or is it the solid, powerfully set Vlad the Destroyer, Krasovskis? Tomorrow night we find out. It will go down showtime in Batumi at East versus West 25. Match one on the card, ladies and gents. And we will welcome up our next two athletes. The first of them hails from and is proudly representing the United States of America. Raise it up and welcome Tim, the Iceberg Talmadge. And from right here, hailing from and representing the great arm wrestling nation of Georgia, welcome Vala Ikite. We will start with Tim Talmadge. Tim, it's been a long time coming, and I know that you're extremely excited to take your bow on the big stage here at East versus West. You know you're facing a very tough guy, and you're facing him in his own backyard. How does that feel? Where's the pressure barometer at coming into this?
I mean, it feels good. I have waited a long time for this. I've earned this. I've done a lot of work in. I'm going against a really powerful guy at his hometown here, but I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Now, Tim, I wanted to ask you also, you've dropped a lot of weight. You've come down from a much heavier weight division. This is the lightest we've seen you compete. Now that you're here, now that you're looking all sexy and trim, and you're looking across at Vala, how does that feel? How's the size comparison? Is he what you expected physically? Does he look bigger? Do you feel like you're the guy with the natural size advantage going into this?
Yeah, I like my new weight class. I'm excited to see what I got at it. Very strong, big biceps, but those guys go down real easy. We know how this goes. So I'm excited. I'm going to be faster. He's going to be slower. He's going to be weaker. It's going to be an easy day.
Vala Akiti, let's come over to you. Vala, Georgia is one of the strongholds of the sport of arm wrestling. Forever, it has produced champions, and you're another member of that signature crew that is currently here in Georgia to show the best of you. How does this guy measure up? Do you feel like this is going to be a hard match, or do you melt the iceberg?
პირველ რიგში მივესალმები ყველას, მივესალმები ჩემს საქართველოს. კი, მინამდვილად კარგია, მაგრამ როგორც მსაჯი, ისე არის კარგი და რაც შეეხება როგორც ჩემს მოწინააღმდეგეს, ხო, რა თქმა უნდა, მე ჩემს მაქსიმუმს გავაკეთებ და მისთვის ძალიან ცუდი გამოცდილება იქნება ის თვეში პირველი მატჩი. ჩემს ქვეყანაში არის ეს შეჯიბრი და ეს ჩემთვის ძალიან დიდი мотиваციაა.
First of all, hello everybody here. Hello Georgia. Tim is really good. Tim is really good as a referee, but in arm wrestling, I understand it's his first experience, and his first experience is going to be pretty bad. It's here in Georgia, and this is great motivation for me. I'm feeling really good.
Let's talk about that a little bit, Vala. Obviously, you look out into the crowd now, and we can see dotted around so many exceptional arm wrestlers from Georgia. When you're here in your home country, is it more difficult? Is there more pressure? Or do you find it easier?
რა თქმა უნდა, ეს ჩემთვის უფრო დიდი პასუხისმგებლობა არის. მე მქონია ძალიან ბევრი მატჩი ქვეყნის გარეთ და იქ შედარებით უფრო დაძაბული არ ვარ და მოშვებული ვარ, მაგრამ რა თქმა უნდა, რადგან ეს ჩემს ქვეყანაში არის, ეს უკვე ასოცირდება ჩემ ქვეყნის სახელთანაც. აქედან გამომდინარე, აუცილებლად მე ჩემს მაქსიმუმს გავაკეთებ.
Of course, in Georgia, when everybody is around me, I feel the need to do it. I need to perform in front of them. But as this is my home, maybe if I was elsewhere, there wouldn't be so much pressure. But here, it's a great deal of motivation for me. For everybody to watch me in my home ground, it's a great deal of motivation here.
And we look at you physically, you look like you're in great shape. We know that only a couple of years ago, you were challenging for the world title against David Samusia. Where is your form now? What shape are you in? Are we going to see the very best of Valerie Kiti?
რა თქმა უნდა, 2 წელი მე ესე არ ყოფილ ვარ, ამ 2 წლის განმავლობაში შრომობდი და რა თქმა უნდა, ჩემი მონაცემები გავაუმჯობესე. იმ მიმართულებით განსაკუთრებით, რომ მე არ ვიყავი მიჩვეული სუპერ მატჩებს და სტანდარტულ შეჯიბრებზე მიწევდა ხოლმე გამოსვლა. ეხა უკვე ბევრად მომზადებული ვარ სუპერ მატჩებისთვის და ნაკლებ დროში შემიძლია ჩემი ძალების აღდგენა მატჩიდან მატჩამდე.
Yes, definitely. No, it's been 2 years, and I haven't been just resting for 2 years doing nothing. I've been working hard, and the big part is previously when I did competitions, I was not accustomed to super matches. And those 2 years I addressed it. I worked hard on feeling better in super matches themselves, work hard on it, and now it's much better in terms of recovery. And short-term recovery is much better now, so I feel better while doing super matches.
Tim, you've heard what Vala has to say. Obviously, many people may feel like he's the guy with the home court advantage. But he said a moment ago that he hasn't been used to pulling super matches. You are very used to pulling super matches. This has been an area you've made your home. You've carved out a reputation. After listening to what Vala said there, what's your feelings here? Why do you beat this guy? What do you feel like you do better than him?
I mean, I'm year 20 on this. I know you got 11 years in this. I got a lot of experience. I know how to out-technique people on the table. The muscles can only take you too far. He's no different than anybody else. They just look at me as a ref, and then at the end of the day, they find out I'm not just a referee. He's just another guy that's going to find out in his home country.
And let's finish on that point from you, Tim. Obviously, you look around the crowd. We're in a wonderful country for arm wrestling. This is a real stronghold for the sport. If you had a message to the people of Georgia going into this match facing one of their own, what would that message be?
It's an honor to be in your guys' country. It's a beautiful country. Nothing but welcoming. He's been nothing but respectful. But I'm sorry, it's not going to be your home guys' day tomorrow. It's mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Talmadge, Vala Kiti will be the second match on the card in the men's welterweight division on the right arm. Look at these guys physically, size them up, and feel what you want to feel about this one. It will go down tomorrow night. Ikiti and Talmadge on the right arm. Match 2 on tomorrow night's card. We move to the next match of the night, and we go up a weight division, staying on the right arm to the men's 95 kilogram section, the middleweight division. And I would like to welcome athletes from the USA and Georgia to the arm wrestling table. Firstly, starting with this man. He hails from and is proudly representing the United States of America. Please raise it up for Ryan Belanja. Ryan Belanja, the bull, and now you know why he will need to be. He faces an ever-present, evergreen champion from right here in Georgia. He is highly decorated and a multiple Georgia national champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zorab Taparidze. We are going to start with Zurab. Zurab, you have given arm wrestling and East versus West some of the most entertaining, screaming battles that the promotion has ever seen. You then suffered a significant injury. And people may have forgotten about some of those wars. Tomorrow, everyone has in their mind that we might be seeing the very best of Zurab as you are facing a guy who's going to go exactly where you want him to be. How do you feel going into this match? Is this guy a good stylistic matchup for you in your mind?
პირველ რიგში მივესალმები ბათუმს და საქართველოს მთლიანად.
First of all, I want to say hello to the whole Georgia, Batumi here, everybody. Hello.
ამ მატჩი, როგორც თქვი, იმ დიდი მატჩების შემდეგ ხალხს მიავიწყდა ჩემი გამარჯვებები ტრაუმის შემდეგ. ამიტომ ხვალ ჩემი მიზანია მხოლოდ გამარჯვება და ბათუმში უფლება არ მაქვს რომ დავმარცხდე.
You know, like you mentioned, people might have forgotten, all the wins that I've had, all the matches that I've had before the injury. But I have a sole goal. Tomorrow, with this match, I have no right to lose in Batumi.
And how much homework have you done on Ryan Belanja? He's been, while you've been out of the sport, he's been carving his own little legacy. He's had some incredible battles, some dramatic wins. Kind of like a mirror image of yourself in some ways. Have you studied this man?
პირველ რიგში პიროვნებას, როგორც პიროვნებას უდიდესი პატივისცემა ჩემგან, მაგრამ რაც შეეხება სტილისტურად, თითქმის იგივე სტილი გვაქვს და ხვალ მე მაგიდასან უნდა დავამტკიცო, რომ დონეებს შორის არის სხვაობა და ამას აუცილებლად დავამტკიცებ.
First of all, personally, all respect to Ryan. As a person, only respect. As the match goes, style-wise, I see ourselves almost similar, almost the same. Our styles are similar, but tomorrow my goal would be just to show there are levels to this. There are levels in this.
Ooh, Ryan Belanja, there are levels to this. Where is your level at?
My level is a lot higher than he's thinking it is. I've seen his interviews. He thinks it's going to be an easy day for him, but he's going to have a hell of a war on his hands, and I'm not going away quietly.
When you look at the amount of muscle packed onto this man's frame, he looks like a world champion arm wrestler. He looks powerful. He looks strong. There's so many hours of footage out there of him in incredible matches. How do you feel he matches up with you stylistically? Where do you win this match, Ryan?
I think it matches up perfectly. He's going exactly where I want to go. I'm going to win it in the center. He actually mentioned something about my speed. I think I'm faster too. So he's gonna need to be quick. He's more of a catch guy, so I think he's going to be in trouble once he feels, I'm already set behind my shoulder.
Are you stronger than Zurab?
There's one thing I want to say, as soon as he heard the question, it was very confident, never, in no lane.
Zurab says you have no lane, Ryan. There is no lane. What do you think about that?
I think he needs to go get checked, make sure you're not running a fever, because you're absolutely delusional.
Coming back to that earlier question, are you stronger than this man?
Of course.
ჩემი აზრით, მე ძალიან სულ მდგომარეობაში ვიქნებოდი. ამერიკიდან ჩამოვფრინდე საქართველოში, ამ ხელაგზა გამოვიარო და 3-0 მარტივად დავმარცხდე და მე უკან დავუბრუნდე. იმის თქმა მინდოდა რომ ამერიკიდან ამ ხელაგზა გამოიარა, ამდენი იფრინა, უცებ 3-0 დამარცხდება ძალიან მარტივად და გაფრინდება უკან.
You know, I just see this as a very bad experience for Ryan. You know, imagine all this flight, all this travel here to Georgia, you make such a long way. Your match is this quick, you lose 3-0 and you go back. Must feel really bad.
How bad is it going to feel to lose in your own hometown? Are you going to apologize to everybody?
დამჭირდება ბოდიშის მოხდა. ეგ შენი ილუზიებია და ფანტაზიები.
There's no need to say sorry, it's just fantasies. There's no need to say sorry.
Yeah. All right, we'll see.
შეგიძლია ბევრი ხინკალი ჭამო, ეგ მაინც გაგყვება უკან შეგრჩება, გაგახსენდება.
You can try to eat a lot of calories, you know, try to stuff them in you, but it won't help you. No, won't work.
Ryan, how do you think you're going to cope tomorrow with the crowd here? Zurab is on home ground. There's going to be a huge amount of support for him inside the arena. Will that increase the pressure for you? Will that bother you? Or will you be able to rise to that?
No, I perform in high-pressure situations all the time. It actually brings the best version of me out. So they could cheer for their guy, and all it's going to do is make him get weaker as I get stronger. So...
როგორც ვთქვა, ზეწოლა როცა ბევრი არის, მე ძალიან კარგად გამოვდივარ, ძალიან კარგად გამომდის მე შეჯიბრი, ამიტომ ზურაბი უფრო სუსტი გახდება და მე უფრო გავძლიერდები.
And to go back to your question, you know, you asked about the size of Zurab. He must take some pumped up pictures and some very good lighting because I actually thought he was going to be bigger.
აი ზომას რო შევხედოთ, მე მეგონა ზურაბი უფრო დიდი იქნება. ეთყობა როცა ფოტოებს იღებს, კარგი განათება არის, ეთყობა პამპი აქვს, იმიტომ რომ მე ბევრს მოველოდია.
მე ფოტოებში მაინც ვჩანვარ დიდი, შენ არც ფოტოში არ ხარ დიდი, არც აქ რა პრობლემაა.
At least I could look on a picture, come on. At least I look good in a picture. You don't look in a picture either.
At least I have legs.
ფეხები მაინც მაქვს დიდია.
ფეხჭიჭი გაიმარჯვებ.
You can win in leg wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think these guys are ready to go at it. Let's face them up at the front of the table. Zurab Tabaridze and Ryan, the Bull, Belanger. Look at the physical stats, ladies and gents. Not a great deal to choose between them. Tomorrow night, it will go down. EVWsports.com. Get your pay-per-view now. Tomorrow night, it's on. And look at the hardware carried there by Zurab Tabaridze. We move to the next match of the night, ladies and gents, and once again it will be Georgia represented facing the great arm wrestling nation of Brazil. This one will be in the ladies division, right arm, at a catch weight of 95 kilograms. Over 5 rounds of professional arm wrestling. And I'd like to welcome our athletes now making their way to the table. Firstly, hailing from and representing Georgia, she is the Georgia national #1. Welcome, Irina Daeva. And welcome also now making her way on stage, hailing from and proudly representing Brazil. She is a multiple South American and Brazilian champion. She is also one of the most decorated female athletes of all time and a multiple WAF champion of the world. Please put your hands together and raise it high for the Iron Angel, Gabriela Vasconcelos. Gabby V in the house back. We're going to start with Gabriela, former EVW champ, multiple world champ, been there, done it, and worn out the T-shirt. And there is a huge smile on your face because we have a valid contender from Georgia. Are you a little bit excited?
I'm super excited because, you know, I came from a loss last time I was here, and there's nothing more motivating than wanting to be on top again. And I think Dreeva brings the quality that I need to prove myself once again. At the same time, she is, I think, the perfect opponent for me to showcase all my abilities and to prove myself and to show that I'm worthy being here.
Now, Gabriela, you have faced Irina once before, but it was in a completely different format. In the WAF Worlds, single pin. So for anybody watching at home who's not familiar with the format they faced before in main draw competition, super match, very different.
It is different, and that's why I prepared myself different. Endurance here plays a big role, and I've been tricked by that before, so being there I learned that. My endurance has improved considerably, and I am really, really confident that this is not going to get in my way whatsoever tomorrow, and it's not going to be like Worlds where you have to just flash pin someone and get ready, but I'll be as fresh as I can all the 3 needed rounds.
Let's catch up with our Georgian athlete, Irina. Firstly, Irina, welcome to East versus West. It is so good to have you here in Georgia and get the opportunity tomorrow to prove that the beating heart of Georgian arm wrestling is not just with the men, but the ladies of Georgia are pretty serious too.
პირველ რიგში, ჩემთვის დიდი პატივია, რომ შენ შეგიძლია გამოიჩინო შენი თავი East versus West-ზე, რადგან ქართველი სპორტსმენების გული ძლიერი არა მხოლოდ ბიჭებში, არამედ გოგოების გული არის ძლიერი.
Now you are coming into this in your debut in East versus West against one of the very best female arm wrestlers of all time. How does that make you feel? Is it a little scary, a little nerve-wracking, or are you confident? Do you see this as a challenge?
შენი დებიუტი არის და მით უმეტეს შენი დებიუტის მოწინააღმდეგე არის ერთ-ერთი უდიდესი მკლავჭიდელი კატეგორიაში. ეს როგორ გრძნობ თავს მაგის გამო? იქნებ ზეწოლა არის ბევრი მაგის გამო. იქნებ პირიქით კარგად გრძნობ თავს. როგორ ხარ?
Непобедимых нету.
There is nobody unbeatable.
How much study have you done on Gabriela? She's someone who has been on the circuit for so long. You've had the opportunity to watch her closely. Where do you feel like you have advantages going into this match? What do you do better than Gabriela?
Если честно, я никогда соперницу не изучаю, даже не смотрю, вот как они тренируются, что они делают. Я вот поборолась, посмотрела, у нее кисть уходит, значит кисть слабая, значит туда надо давить. Бицепс слабый, значит на бицепс. То есть я не изучаю соперницу.
You know, I would say I'm not really studying them that hard. I'm not.
У меня своя борьба.
I have my own style. You know, I look at the match, I see maybe the wrist went. I'll make the focus on the wrist. I see the biceps go. I will put focus on the biceps. That's how I do it.
Do you feel you are more well-rounded as an arm wrestler, technically?
Я универсальна, да.
Yes, I believe so.
Well, she's saying that, but she lost to me, and then when her first came to EVW, when it all started, she had been training for a while after she had a baby, and I don't know, because she mentioned that. But then she lost again to Sarah, which I had beaten also. So she's saying things about being more prepared, being trained more, but she lost to me and then lost to Sarah, and I don't know why she's so confident, because I just been proving myself and beating bigger persons like Barbara. I lost the match, but I've won 4 rounds on her right-handed, and all the disadvantage that I have against Barbara, it's gone when I pull her, because she doesn't have the size Barbara has. So it surprises me that she has so much confidence when she lost.
What is your answer to those comments, Irina? When you hear Gabriela saying those things, how does that make you feel?
როგორ ზნობ თავს, როცა ეგეთი კომენტარები არის გაბრიელას?
გუშინაც თქვი და ეხლაც ვიტყვი, რომ ხვალ გაბრიელა დამარცხდება.
You know, I said it yesterday, I'm gonna say it again. Tomorrow she's gonna go down.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah, you absolutely.
That's gonna be the rematch. That's gonna be the rematch.
Okay, so I wanted to say a few words and I wrote it down because then I'll get nervous and my English goes...
More difficult because it's in English and it's not your native language.
My English goes down. But, yeah, please. I wanted to tell both Irina or any other unappreciative athletes that once have been here in this stage, I mean no disrespect to any of them. I just wanted to point out the importance of EVW as an organization to our sport. Most of us have been from WAF Worlds, and that's the biggest and most important shelf to showcase our talents, and it holds a big place in my heart, and I'll always be grateful for that. That's also where I was first seen by Neil, and he gave me my first professional opportunity, and I'm grateful for that forever. I think there are many people responsible for our sport to be where it is at now, and people behind this organization are mainly the reason. But there is one key element that is definitely the biggest and most important one for our growth and for why we are all here able to make something out of our careers, that are the fans. And without them, there is no league that could survive. We need them to buy our stories. We need them to want to watch our matches. And I felt coming to this match that Irina didn't really want to commit to the game that we're playing here, that is to sell our match, to be involved in this whole thing that is the EVW. She didn't want to share her training or didn't want to share things on social media as something would be, I don't know what she felt like about that. But I think it disrespected a little bit of the people that are involved in it, mainly the fans. And I've been saying in my previous videos and interviews that I wanted to disappoint Georgians as she lost her match. But all the Georgians are also big, important fans in our sport. So my game plan now has changed. I'll still be carrying my flag, so my Brazilian people and all Latin America feel represented. But to each and every one of you watching this press conference right now, online or here in presence, and most important, to each and every single person that buy the pay-per-view, and all to the spectators that comes tomorrow buying tickets to watch us live. Tomorrow, I'll do my absolute best. I'll prove my worth, and I'll do it for all of you, including the Georgians. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriela Vasconcelos with a few words there going into tomorrow night's match. Ladies, let's face you off at the front of the table. Ladies and gentlemen, Irina Dreeva of Georgia, Gabriela Vasconcelos of Brazil. Tomorrow night it goes down in our ladies division, right arm, catchweight 95. Get your pay-per-view right now, ebwsports.com, and you will see all 13 of our matches tomorrow night. We move on to the next match on our card, and it is on the right arm. In the men's 95 kilogram section, the middleweight division. And it will see Kazakhstan face the United States of America. Firstly, let's welcome our athlete from Kazakhstan, now making his way to the stage. Former WAF champion of the world, Nurdalet Adakan. Nurdalet Adarkhan of Kazakhstan. And his opponent, hailing from and representing the United States of America, he is a multiple U.S. national champion. Please raise it up for Adam Warzone Wasenski. We are going to start with Nerdalet. Nerdalet, you are facing a man who is on a tear. Adam has been pulling incredibly well. A win against Sandris Shedis. A very recent win against Petr Celic. He's come down in weight for this. You've gone up in weight for this. How do you match up with this man?
Итак, начнем с тебя, Нурдалет. У тебя невероятный соперник, у которого несколько побед подряд уже. Недавняя победа над Петером Челишем, невероятная победа над Сандрисом. Он спускается, чтобы побороться с тобой. Ты поднимаешься в весе, чтобы побороться с ним. Как ты думаешь, как он тебе как соперник?
Мен де өте жақсы дайындалдым. Мен де оңай шаңылатын жаңғақ емеспін. Мен де әлем чемпионатында талай жеңістікке жеткем. Мен де қарсыласыма өте жақсы дайындалдым. Алдағы жарыста ертең көре жатармыз. Мен де басқа да мықты спортшыларды жеңгем. Ертең көреміз.
To say is he ain't a simple man either. He is a good athlete with great win streaks. He defeated a lot of people. So he's coming here to win again.
Let's go over to Adam. This is not your first rodeo with this young man, Adam, but a lot has changed. We spoke about it a moment ago. We saw you go to the bigger weight, and a lot of fans watching the sport, observers of the sport, honestly feel like a bigger version of the Warzone is a better version of the Warzone. Do you feel the same? And at this weight, do you feel as powerful, as strong as we've seen you when you've been that little bit bigger?
Yeah, I do believe that this weight sits well with me. I feel a lot stronger at 95 kg and even higher than I did at 85. I think the match completely makes sense. I'm really excited to see how much stronger Nerdalet feels. That match at Worlds, I was proud of myself at first, but then when I got off that stage, that itch came and said, ooh, I'd really like to run that back. So I'm really happy that EVW put this together and that I have that chance tomorrow night.
Now let's come back to Nerdalet for a question about that. The last time these guys met at the WAF World Championships, it's a different format, it's a completely different rule set, and you only need to get the job done over a double elimination system. It's so much harder when you're facing a guy like Adam who is so good at catching, waiting, and burning you out. For a man like Nerdalet, who is an explosive, fast-finishing athlete, does he prefer the format of 6-round supermatch, 5-round supermatch, or does it worry him? Does it concern him?
Если вернуться к Адаму как к сопернику, то вы уже поборолись на WAF Worlds. Там все-таки совершенно другой формат. Там нужно выиграть всего лишь 2 раунда, и турнир проходит дальше. Тут совершенно другой формат. Тут суперматч, тут 5-6 раундов. Как это видит Нурдаулет? Для такого взрывного человека, как он, бороться с таким человеком, как Адам, который ловит, закручивает и долго выматывает, он предпочитает такой стиль суперматча, или же это все-таки как-то его волнует?
Мен әлем чемпионатына басқаша қарқында дайындалдым, бірақ мен осы жарысқа арнайы дайындалдым. Ертең жарыста сол дайындалғанымды көрсетемін деп ойлаймын. болашақта осы категорияның чемпионы атанып, белбеуін алғым келеді.
Он говорит, что намерен другой борьба здесь он подготовился именно к этому суперматчу, и он завтра покажет свою борьбу, и он завтра, выиграв Адама, хочет бороться за титул, стать чемпионом этого веса.
You know, as this gets a tournament, this is completely different. The preparation for a tournament completely different. The preparation for a super match is completely different, which he did, prepared hard for the super match style, and he's going to prove it tomorrow. And as he wins this match, proving all this training that he did to be able to do here, he will call out the 95 champion.
And does he feel stronger, significantly stronger at this weight than he did when they met at 85?
Чувствует ли он себя намного сильнее в 95?
Has he put power on but maybe lost speed is what I'm going after.
Может быть, добавила силы, но убавила скорости, на что я намекаю. Very simple. He becomes stronger, faster, and more endurance.
It's quite a dangerous combination right there. Adam, I want to come to you with the same series of questions, really, in terms of this is almost a different sport, as Nerdalet said there. But it might be a different sport that is very suited to your style. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah, you know, we could sit here and talk about how much bigger and stronger and faster we are. I mean, I am too, but I can tell you right now, I recognize Nerdalet's strengths, but I do believe that I have some features and qualities that pose some issues. And, you know, I'm not coming in here to catch this match. That might be the kind of the what's going on in the air right now. I'm coming to run through it. I don't plan on playing catch. That was done and over with in September of last year. So I'm coming to prove that I'm not just a catch-hit kind of guy, that I can have some speed too.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's face these fellas off. What a match in prospect, definitely. One of the more exciting matches on the card. And you can see the physical statistics of our athletes right there. Nurdalat Adorkhan of Kazakhstan and the war zone, Adam Morzinski of the United States of America. It will go down here tomorrow night in Batumi, Georgia. Get your pay-per-view now, ladies and gentlemen, evwsports.com. That's evwsports.com. And you can see all of our matches tomorrow night. We stay in the men's 95 kilogram section. We stay over the 5-round duration. And we also stay in the men's right arm category for another truly international matchup as Russia will face the United States of America. I'd like to firstly welcome our Russian athlete making his way on stage. Welcome Eldar Babenko. And I would like to also welcome on stage this athlete. He is the North American Slayer. And he is known as the White Hawk Paul Blair. Eldar, Paul, grab your mics there, guys. Looking at these two athletes, I have to say it is very clear what they're here to do. Paul, we're going to start with you. I know that you were offered various matches for this card here in Batumi, Georgia. You did not want them. You wanted that guy. Why?
So it's important to me, Neil. My main goal here is to prove that I can do things that people can't do and to represent my country well. So I want the best possible opponent that I can have, and it's always better if it's somebody from Europe. So I'm looking to punch up.
Now, when you look at the experience level of Eldar, he's one of those guys that's sort of flown under the radar, but it's kind of an arm wrestler in the know thing. All the guys around the sport know just what a serious threat this man is. How have you changed your preparation to take on Eldar Babenko?
So the good news about preparation is I've had roughly 8 months. Never been more healthy. I have no pain and I have no excuses. I've known about this match for a good amount of time. I've done a ton of research on Eldar. He's beaten some legends in the sport that I would love to be able to pull one day. He's proven that he's on that level. I've got all kinds of data, and I've had 10 weeks to gear my training specifically for him.
Now, when you look at the match technically, I know you're a guy that likes to break down the minutiae of the sport. You love to look at your opponent in detail. What's dangerous about this man? And what do you feel like you might be able to take away from him? What can you exact upon him?
I mean, he's fast and he's precise. Back pressure looks great. Hand looks great. He's perfectly well-rounded. What I think I have is a little higher-end power.
Let's come over to Eldar. Paul feels like the power may be in his corner, but a tremendous amount of respect coming from that side of the table, as always. Is it reciprocated? Do you feel the same way about Paul Lynn? And how much of a threat is this match, Eldar?
Сначала Пол упомянул, что ты все еще очень сильно это уважает. Как у тебя это? Как у тебя отношение к Полу? Потому что он говорит, хоть у него и, как он считает, преимущество есть в силе, но все еще уважение. Как ты считаешь, где опасные стороны у Пола?
Начну с того, что всех поприветствую. Спасибо всем, кто приехал, особенно кто приехал издалека. Очень рад всех видеть. Спасибо организаторам, что проводят такие ивенты. И особенно Полу, что он провел 20 плюс 30 часов дороги, чтобы позволить мне забороть его.
First of all, I want to say hello to everybody here who makes such a long road coming in here to watch our events, to the organizers, and especially Paul, making such a long way, 20 plus of hours of flying just to let me beat you.
Я уважаю Пола, я уважаю любого своего соперника, как и любого человека в этом зале, но за столом все средства хороши, и победу я заберу любой ценой.
I respect everybody. Every athlete, I respect you, Paul. I respect everybody in this room. But at the table, there is no mercy. At the table, anything goes, and I will win at any cost.
И с чего Пол взял, что он физически сильнее меня?
And why would Paul think that he is stronger? Из-за этого.
Paul, you look at the man, you look at the physical stats. Does that concern you? You've faced big boys before. What makes this guy different?
First and foremost, the good book says some things about arrogance. It says pride comes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. I try and live my life by those type of words, but make no mistake about it, I got a dog in here, and the cage is shaking right now.
Eldar, the boy is ready to do this thing. Can you match the tempo? Can you match the visceral nature of Paul Lynn at the arm wrestling table tomorrow?
Сможешь ли ты сравниться с ним в этом настрое на борьбу?
Пол сделал мне, когда мы с ним встретились, мы с ним познакомились, он сделал мне несколько подарков, но я хотел, чтобы вы стали свидетелями того, что подарю ему я, чтобы у него потом не было отмазок.
When we met, Paul gave me a few presents, and I wanted to give back, and I wanted to give back in front of all the witnesses, just so he cannot have any excuses.
Первый подарок.
First present.
Это то спортивное питание, которое употребляю я, креатин, чтобы мы были в равных условиях. Завтра.
Pre-training, creatine, so we are on the same ground.
Paul, what do you think of this stuff? He's giving you a little present here.
Second present.
Second present.
Two presents you're getting.
Creatine, that's funny.
Пол не ест углеводы. Он в основном использует кето-диету, кушает мясо. И в Инстаграме он оскорбил мой кекс с моей родины с Урала. И сейчас я хочу с Пола взять мужское слово, что он съест этот кекс, когда я его заборю.
You know, on the Instagram when I posted this is a cake from my home ground, Ural. You don't eat carbs. And you offended me by saying this is not good. So I want to take a manly word from you, that you will eat this after I beat you.
Listen, after a match I eat carbs. We talked about that earlier. I'll try your bread, but you gotta beat me. Or you eat in front of me.
Мы уже это говорили. Если ты сможешь меня забороть, тогда я это попробую. Мы это уже обсуждали.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get these guys squared up at the front. Oh, he's got something else to say. There's 3 presents, ladies and gentlemen. He brought 3 presents. Here we go.
Подарков сегодня много.
Ну, естественно, Россия очень гостеприимная страна, и я не мог прийти без национального подарка. Это матрешка. Матрешка. Но матрешка необычная.
That's not a regular.
Пол Лин. Пол.
Мне нравится.
Чтобы потом он стоял и смотрел дома на эту матрешку и вспоминал о нашем поединке.
You know, I just want him to set it as his house, as he lays back, and he looks at it and remembers our match all the time.
How old are you, Eldar?
It's all.
How old are you? How old are you?
Сколько тебе лет?
28.
28.
You look younger.
Just, hey, nobody wants to lose to their dad.
Он говорит, ну, бате проиграть никто не хочет.
Боюсь, что я повторю эту фразу, как и Логану. Работай, малыш.
I fear I have to repeat myself from the previous event, as I said to Logan. Work, baby, work.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's square these boys off. If you want to jump at the front of the table, fellas, here we go. Head to head, Eldar Babenko and Paul Lim. USA versus Russia. It is on. And Lin goes nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, they are ready to do this thing. Paul Lin and Eldar Babenko. Here we go. And the best news about it, I got the bread. Awesome. Ladies and gents, we will move forward. I'll give this to somebody down here. We move on. Next match on the card, ladies and gents. And we go down in weight class. The men's 77 kilogram section, the lightweights. But this one is for the World Championship title. And we will see Armenia and Moldova contest the match. Ladies and gents, this will be on the left arm over 7 rounds of professional arm wrestling. And I'd like you to welcome firstly Vashagan Hovhannisyan. Vashagan Hovhannisyan of Armenia. His opponent is the Moldovan national champion. He is also the EAF European champion. Former and multiple WAF World Champion, and the former East versus West Champion of the World on the right arm. He is also the reigning and defending left-handed lightweight East versus West Champion of the World. From Moldova, welcome Daniel, the Sergeant Prokopchuk. And he brought the belt, Daniel Prokopchuk, champion of the world. Wow. Daniel, you're back in the mix and in a tank top. Look at the suntan on that guy. Now, a lot of people feel like you are a pretty immovable object in this weight division on the left arm. Do you feel like you are a heavy favorite going into this match? Or does this man send a little chill down your spine?
В общем, люди считают, что в этом классе ты непобедимый. Но, когда ты смотришь на своего соперника, может, пробегают мурашки по коже.
Да я не скажу, что непобедимый, я же человек. Но уже 2 года я жду, чтобы защитить свой пояс. Так что подумайте сами.
You know, I wouldn't say unbeatable. Everybody is human. But it's been 2 years, and I couldn't wait to defend my title this time.
And when you look at the left arm, Daniel, are you more confident on your left arm than on the right?
Когда ты борешься, на какой руке ты больше уверен в себе? На левой или на правой?
Зависит от травм. Но сейчас у меня левая сильнее намного, чем правая.
Depends on the injuries, but right now I feel great on my left arm. It's really good.
Let's go to Vachigan, mate. Huge opportunity here. You are facing a dominant force in the left arm. It is also a little bit of a specialist subject for you. How excited are you going into this match and coming in at the top of the category for the World Championship belt?
I am very excited because it's my first fight in East versus West. It's my debut at the Gates champion. And of course, I need to use this chance and get the belt.
How dangerous is this man? And when you look at his overall game, do you see areas of weakness? Do you see elements of his game that you can exploit?
Of course, he is very dangerous because he defend the title maybe 3 or 4 times. I don't remember exact. But I saw his every match, and I see some weak points. I will try to use it.
Do you feel like you are the stronger man in this match? Or is your route to victory going to be better technical arm wrestling?
I don't think I am stronger, but I am the smarter.
Oh, Daniel! Daniel! He told us he's smarter than you.
Говорит, он умнее тебя.
No way! Can he? Is that possible, Daniel? Can this man be smarter than you on the table?
Это вообще возможно, чтобы он был умнее тебя за столом?
Я не думаю, что это возможно, потому что я же чемпион.
I don't think it's possible. I'm the champion.
Now, it's fair to say, as Vachigan said a moment ago, it underlines how good people view him, that he's getting to come in against Daniel in his debut. However, if you chase back and look back at Daniel's career, he has faced a who's who of killers in this division, and his success rate is incredibly high. When you look at the polls, do you agree that he shouldn't be on the table with you? Do you believe that this man is being overrated coming into this match? Or do you think he's right there with the level of athletes you've faced in the past?
Так как в этой категории ты поборолся почти со всеми, кто есть, и у тебя огромное количество побед, когда смотришь на опросы, как люди видят его, как ты считаешь, достоин ли он того, чтобы быть с тобой за одним столом? И является ли он на твоем уровне?
Конечно, он достоин, он же чемпион мира в 70 килограмм. Но ему надо там остаться в 70 килограмм, не перейти в 77.
Of course he should be here. Of course he should be against him. He is the champion of the 70 kilo class, champion of the world. But the thing is, he should stay the 70 kilogram class of champion of the world.
And I want to sort of spin the same question to yourself, really, Vachigan. Obviously, we've just heard he's pulled an incredible lineup of athletes. Do you feel like this is the hardest challenge of your career? Or have you faced other more dangerous athletes, maybe just in the shadows, that haven't been as public? Is he the most dangerous athlete you have ever faced? Or have you faced bigger guys that are stronger, more dangerous than Daniel?
Of course, yes, he is most dangerous opponent at this moment because East versus West is the biggest promotion in arm wrestling. But I also meet very dangerous guys. Alex Cherkasev, Mindaugas Tarasaitis, and I compete with maybe all 70 kilogram elite guys when Daniel been in 70 kg. And he's maybe the last one I want to face.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's face these guys off. Daniel Prokopchuk and Vachigan, Hovhannisyan, Armenia, Moldova. It is for the belt. It is over 7 rounds on the left arm, and you can get a size feel for our athletes. The 70-kilogram WAF champion of the world, Armenian national champion, and the reigning and defending East versus West 77-kilogram champion of the world. It is on tomorrow night. It is for the belt, ladies and gents. And we move to the sharp end of the wedge as we go into the last series of matches on tomorrow night's card, starting in the men's light heavyweight division on the right arm at 105 kilograms, with Bulgaria facing Georgia in what promises to be a truly epic and intense clash. Ladies and gents, firstly, I'd like you to welcome this man to the stage. He is a multiple Bulgarian national champion, a former and multiple EAF European champion, multiple WAF champion of the world, and his name is Krasimir Kostadinov. Krasimir Kostadinov in the house. His opponent hails from right here in Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is a signature arm wrestler of his nation and a multiple Georgian national champion. He is also decorated internationally at the EAF European and WAF World Championships. I would like you to raise it up and welcome Nugo the Bulldog Chikadze! Nugo Chikadze of Georgia in the house. Krasimir Kostadinov of Bulgaria. Krasimir, we will start with you. We are in Georgia, the home of Nugo, and we know that he is incredibly popular in his home nation. How much more of a challenge is this to face Nugo Chikadze in his home country?
It would be a challenge to face him anywhere because he beat me last time when we met. So no matter where we face, the challenge is serious for me. I didn't underestimate him during the trainings. I did everything I could, and I'm here ready to face him, no matter that it's on his own ground.
Now, Krasimir, you're an incredibly experienced arm wrestler. Your accolades are incredible. You've pretty much won every major accolade it's possible to win in this sport. Truly a legendary puller in that regard. The other thing I would have to say is you're known as being one of the most intelligent arm wrestlers in the game and having the ability to study an opponent, to come back and to piece them apart. How much consideration have you given to the style of Nugo, and how much have you been able to isolate how he beat you last time?
Nugo is a tough opponent to prepare for because he's pulling everywhere. He's pulling outside, he's pulling inside. And actually, 2-3 weeks ago, I was thinking that 90% sure he's going to top row me. But he posted a video pushing 110 kilos to the side. And then I was like, what? The top rowers doesn't do that. Is he really going to top row me? Should I still concentrate on my wrist and fingers or just focus more on the biceps and the hook? So, since that moment, I trained equally my hook and my top row. So, I really don't know what to expect him. Maybe the first round he will try top row, but I really expect anything to happen on the table. From him, I can expect top row, hook, anything.
მე მეგონა რომ როცა ნუგოს ხედავდი, მე მეგონა რომ ან ზემოდან წავა, ან ხუთში წავა, არ ვიყავი დარწმუნებული, რადგან ბევრი რამე შეუძლია. მაგრამ 2-3 კვირის წინ დავინახე ვიდეო. როგორ წევდი მხარეზე 110 კილოგრამი იყო და გავოცდი, იმიტომ რომ მეგონა რომ ზედამწეველი ხარ, ზედამწეველები ამდენს არ წევენ და მაგ ვიდეოს მერე შეიცვალა ჩემი ვარჯიში. მე მაჯეს ვარჯიშობ ძალიან ძლიერად და ზედაზეც, იმიტომ რომ არ ვიცი რა მოველოდა უბრალოდ. არ ვიცი რა მოველოდა. ძალიან გავაოცდი, როცა დავინახე ეს ვიდეო მხარეს.
მოგესალმებით ქართველებს, სრულიად საქართველოს. მადლობა უფალს, რომ დღეს აქ ვდგავარ მე. შესწორება შევიტანე, ეგ არ იყო 110 კილო, ეგ იყო 120 კილო, ჯერ ერთი. მერე მეორე, რა მოხდება, მე კარგად ვიცი, შენ თუ არ იცი. მე ვარ ერთ-ერთი ქართველი, რომელსაც ხმამაღლად შემიძლია ხვალ თქვა, რომ კრასიმირ კონსტანტინოვის კარიერაში არასდროს არ აქვს ჩემზე მონაგები და ორჯერ მოუგებს ზედიზედ.
You know, first of all, hello everybody in Georgia here. I thank God that I'm here right now. Krasimir, first of all, that video on the side pressure, it was 120 kilos. And one more thing, I know what's going to happen at the table. I'm not confused at all. I know what's going to happen. And I will proudly say, and I'll be the only Georgian to say that, I will be the only Georgian to beat Krasimir while he never got a win on me. And I will do it twice in a row.
Wow. Nugo, what makes you so confident? The last time you pulled with Krasimir, it was in a main draw competition. There are a lot of different hurdles, a lot of different elements within a main draw tournament. Krasimir is known for having incredible endurance and versatility. What makes you so confident that you can repeat this 3 times?
რატო ხარ იმდენად დარწმუნებული და თავდაჯერებული რომ გამოგივა კიდე ერთხელ, რადგან ბოლოჯერ როცა გადაწიეთ არის შეჯიბრი მსოფლიო. იქ ბევრი მომენტია კრასიმირი, როგორც გამოცდილი სპორტსმენი, რომელსაც ძალიან გამძლე არის და უნივერსალურია. რატო გგონია რომ შენ შეძლებ მოგების გამეორებას?
გავიხსენებ 2023 წლის ევროპას ჩვენ რო შევხვდით. მაშინაც ყველა მასე მეუბნეოდა რომ კრასიმირთან უბრალოდ ფინალში ყოფნა ესეც დიდი მიღწევა იყო და უბრალოდ ხელი არ მეტკინა მასთან. მაგრამ თქვი რომ ავალ სცენაზე და მოვიგებ მაგ მატჩს. სცენაზე აველი და როგორც ბავშვი ისე მოვუგე 20 გზის მსოფლიო ჩემპიონ კრასიმირ კონსტანტინოვს. არ იქნება ჩემთვის ხვალ რამე ისეთი ახალი რომ ვერ გავაკეთებ. შიგნით გინდა ბრძოლა, ხვალ შენთვის სურპრიზი იქნება ყველაფერი.
You know, if I go back to 2023, I remember everybody saying, oh, just making it to the final and be on the same stage with Krasimir is already a big achievement. And even then, I told people, I'm going to come on the stage and I'm going to beat him. And I did beat him like a little baby. So tomorrow, I'm going to come on the stage and do it again.
Like
so if you want to see, if you want to go inside, we're going to battle inside. No problem with that.
I do want that.
Me though,
Krasi. He's not a shy boy, is he?
So, what can I say? Inugo is extremely strong and young guy. He's really one of the future stars in the sport. But for the moment, I think that he's flying in the clouds. And I think that he needs to be grounded. And what a better place to be grounded than his own country.
მე როცა ნუგოს ვუყურებ, საოცარი სპორტსმენია. ძალიან დიდი პოტენციალი და ახალგაზრდა ვარსკვლავია, მაგრამ ეხლა ჩემი აზრით ეს უკვე ოცნებები არის. და რა უფრო უკეთესი ადგილი არის უკან მიწაზე ჩამოსვლა, ვიდრე შენთან სახლში.
ყველაზე თავარი და მნიშვნელოვანი არის ჩემთვის ის, როგორც ნებისმიერი ხვალე ქართველისთვის, ვინც სცენაზე ვიბრძოლებთ. საქართველოში ვდგევართ, ჩვენ მიწა-წყალზე ვართ. დღეს ამ ხალხს რო უყურებ, ეს არაფერი არ არის იმასთან შედარებით, ხვალ ასობით ადამიანი იქნება დარბაზში. ყველა ჩვენთვის იქნება მოსული და ყველას ჩვენი მოგება გაუხარდება. როგორ დავეშვა მიწაზე, როცა ყველაფერი ჩავდი ამ მატჩისთვის. მე ვარ ის ადამიანი, ვინც ყველგან გაგანადგურებს კრასს, ყველგან და ყოველთვის. შენ უბრალოდ ჩემი პატარა გახურება ხარ კამერამდე მისასვლელად. როცა კამერასთან მივალ და კამერას მოვიპოვებ. ჩემი პატივის ცემიდან გამომდინარე კიდევ მოგცემ ერთხელ ჩემთან შეხვედრის უფლებას და ამით დასრულდება ჩვენი შეხვედრა საერთოდ.
You know, when I look here, this is, compared to what we're going to see in the venue, this is not a lot. When you see thousands of Georgians cheering for me, how can I lose here? How can I come to the ground when I did everything that I could to compete here in front of my people? No, I'm going to beat you tomorrow. And after this, I will go for the title. And as I reach it, just from my respect for you, as I get the title, I will give you a chance to pull me again. But that will be the end of our rivalry.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can see just how much these guys are ready to do this thing. Tomorrow night it goes down. Let's face them up at the front of the table. Krasimir Kostadinov and Nugo, I think, has got one more thing to say. Nugo Shikadze, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Krasimir Kostadinov with a size advantage. Does size matter? 105 kilo section tomorrow. We will find out. It is the right arm. Krasimir and Nugo will face off 1-on-1, 5 rounds. Who will rise? Get your pay-per-view right now, evwsports.com. Tomorrow it goes down. And ladies and gents, we move up in weight class, staying on the right arm, to the men's 115 kilogram section on the right arm. Bulgaria represented once again, and Russia. Please welcome firstly this man, hailing from and representing Bulgaria. He is a multiple Bulgarian national champion, EAF, European champion, and WAF world champion, Dancho Jordan Son. And his opponent, hailing from and representing Russia, is an animal. I would like you to welcome him now, making his way on stage, Ibrahim Sakho.
Hey, brother. How you doing, brother? You okay? Yeah.
I want to start with Ibrahim. Last couple of times out, the last time out against Dave Chafee, things did not go to plan, but many people felt like Ibrahim was very, very unlucky there. And I know that whilst he is a calm individual, it really burned him inside. You could see that passion and how upset he was. Has he been able to use that as fuel, and are we going to see an improved version of Ibrahim Sagov tomorrow?
В последний раз в твоем матче с Дэйвом Чейфи пошло не по плану. И многие считали то, что тебе чуть-чуть не повезло в этом матче. Я знаю, что ты спокойный человек, но когда я смотрел на тебя после матча, я видел этот огонь в тебе, который не давал тебе покоя. Вопрос, смог ли ты использовать этот огонь как мотивацию для этого матча?
Georgia, I love you. Грузия.
Сакартвело, how much?
Мне это... После Чафи я уже перестал бояться кого-либо из других соперников, так скажем.
You know, after Chafee, I just stopped really being afraid of anybody else.
Потому что этот парень был очень жестким.
That guy was crazy strong, just crazy strong.
Я потерял страх.
I lost any fear.
How different does he see Jordan, who's a very different look? He's a slim, trim version of himself, but Jordan is known to have incredible endurance, and many people feel like the shape of this match may be explosivity, the sprinter against the marathon runner. Do you see the same? Do you feel like the biggest threat represented is endurance?
Как тебе Jordan на вид? Худенький парень, но мы знаем то, что главная его сила – это выносливость. Многие видят этот матч как спринтер против марафонца, взрыв против выносливости. Согласен ли ты с этим? Согласен ли ты с тем, что самое главное оружие и самая главная опасность от Jordan – это его выносливость?
Да, согласен полностью. Не сказал бы худой парень, выше меня ростом. Почему худой маленький? Большой парень.
First of all, I wouldn't call him like slim. He's taller than me. Look at him. Doesn't look slim to me.
He's like in marathon. Look at him. He's been running up hills and super slim. Cut down. What are you weighing right now, Jordan?
108, 109.
108,
108, 109, говорит, много бегал.
Я 106.
I'm 106.
No way, man. Do you feel like you are the stronger man in this match, Ibrahim? Do you feel like you are the guy with the power, with the explosivity? Or could you match him on endurance if you need to?
Как ты считаешь, в этом матче ты сильный спортсмен, ты более сильный спортсмен, у кого именно в физическом плане преимущество? И сможешь ли ты сравниться с его выносливостью?
Ну, сильный в каком... Сильный это в каком направлении, например, ну, физически... Ну, по весам, да, может быть, сильный. Я видел, Йордан, ну, тоже веса большие делает, но не как я большие, наверное. А вот за столом это совсем другое. А я вижу Йордана очень сильным, кроме выносливости. Все говорят, что выносливость, там еще сила должна быть. Там остановить и потом тащить сюда. Там же без силы это невозможно.
You know, the strength is quite questionable. It's weird, you know. Of course, I lift a lot of weights, and when I look at Jordan, yes, I lift more weights, but the question is how it translates to the table. And when I look at Jordan, everybody's like, oh, endurance. But how does endurance matter? He's strong as well. You can't just go by endurance and then rip right through people. He's also strong.
And let's introduce Jordan at this time. Jordan, let's come to you. You no doubt have read the chat. You've heard people comment. Everybody feels like Ibrahim is super dangerous in the first couple of rounds. But if you get the brakes on, it's done. Do you feel the same?
Yes, of course. I mean, it's not the first time that I'm facing somebody who lifts more weights than me, who has stronger attack than me. But as long as I put on the brakes, and everything becomes very different very quickly. I have been watching his press, and he's like really, really strong when he gets into his move. And to be honest, lately I have been watching some videos of, these videos in YouTube where they show a hydraulic press that breaks some stuff. And they were putting some stuff and they break. Putting some stuff and they break. And there was one shiny little diamond that when they tried to press, it drew a hole in the metal. So I was thinking that I want to be this diamond. I want to make a hole in the hydraulic press. So that is what I'm planning to do.
Нил.
Yes, brother. Yes, Ibrahim.
Я после чафи сказал себе, что больше не буду добрым. Но все равно не могу. Ударь меня по печени, чтобы разозлить, что ли.
You know, like, Neil.
И так, потому что у меня попадаются соперники такие все хорошие, адекватные, да, вот, с уважением. Я хотел быть злым. До того, как объявили Йордана, будь он то, либо другой, не знаю, я хотел быть злым, но у меня не получается. А насчет Алмаза, да, он прав. Ну, не знаю, будем давить Алмаз дальше.
No, Neil, after the Chafee match, I was telling myself, man, I just can't be kind in those matches anymore. But I'm having trouble with it again, maybe like hit him in the stomach. He needs to get angry again. I just can't. You know, the problem is, I remember telling myself, I can't be this kind anymore, but they give me Jordan, and everybody I'm pulling, everybody's so kind, everybody's so rational, but I just don't know what to do. Maybe we have to press this diamond again and again and again until it breaks.
We'll just make the hole bigger and bigger from the diamond. You're not going to break it.
Is it possible that you are...
Это не алмаз, скажи ему, это не алмаз, это стекло, нагрет, да, капелька рупи, да. Он просто перепутал с алмазом.
Not the diamond, you know the glass drop that is very, very durable, that's you.
Okay. I have seen that. I get what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, he's the smiling assassin over there, Jordan. Ibrahim is such a warm person, but there's there's no doubt about it, this is an extraordinarily strong man. He says that you may be able to match him in strength as well as that endurance. Do you feel like that strength gap could be closer than people think?
Yeah, so for sure tomorrow we'll see, but I have been preparing for his type of power, so I think that we are pretty close in strength.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a match in prospect. Let's face these guys off. Yoran Sonev of Bulgaria, Ibrahim Sagov. What a match in prospect. You can see the physical stats, the weight advantage maybe with Ibrahim. Who will rise tomorrow night? Sagov and Sonev will face each other. And it should be one of the more entertaining matches on the card in the 115 kilogram heavyweight division. We move down in weight class to the men's welterweight division at 85 kilograms for the left-handed championship of the world. And I'd like you to welcome now, making his way on stage, hailing from and representing Georgia. He is the challenger for the title and the Georgian national champion. He is also a multiple WAF world champion and a rising star of EVW arm wrestling. Georgia and everyone watching around the world, welcome Luka Tenadze. And his opponent in defense of his world title is a man hailing from and proudly representing his home nation of Ukraine, where he is a signature arm wrestler and a multiple national champion. He is also the reigning and defending East versus West champion of the world. Please welcome Oleg Zhak. Ladies and gentlemen, Oleg Zhak, Luka Tenadze for the belt. And you can see it there on the front of the table. We're going to start with the champion. Oleg, for so long, you have been a very distant star in the welterweight galaxy. You've stood alone, with, it's fair to say, no real challengers at that weight division. So much so, you had to go up to the 95 kilo section. The man you're about to face, many people believe may be the first genuine threat at this weight class. Do you agree with that assessment?
На долгом протяжении времени в этом классе 85 килограмм ты был далеко-далеко, такой звездочкой, которой не дотянуться. Считаешь ли ты, согласен ты с людьми, то, что это твой первый настоящий соперник, который действительно тебе угроза?
Не, я считаю, что у меня уже было несколько хороших соперников. Также с Грузии был Автандил Тутберидзе. Я думаю, что это был самый серьезный соперник. Он боролся мне кажется, в прошлом, и я прошел очень много соперников, очень сильных, там как в категории 85, так в категории 90. Він боровся в категорії 85 по юніора, в нього щось там відірвалась рука, поламалась. То чи він готовий боротися, я борюсь з 90, він бореться в 85 по юніорах. То чи готовий він боротися в 85 по професіоналах? Зі мною.
You know, I had a lot of difficult opponents in my career in this class. I've pulled as well another Georgian after the Tulberidze, which was a difficult match as well. The thing with Luka is, you know, he pulled in 90s, also in youth, where he got injured, unfortunately. And the thing is, he comes down in 85, and I'm his first opponent, which will be pretty difficult.
Let's go to the challenger, Luka Tenadze. Mate, wow. Here we go. We're on a very exciting ride for a man of your experience in East versus West. You came in, blaze of glory. You won so impressively against a dangerous opponent. So impressively that your next outing, everyone wants to see you face this man. How do you feel about that, Luca? Do you feel like it was a valid choice? Do you feel like it was a little rushed? Was your sort of dream or nightmare to face this fella?
უპირველეს ყოვლისა მივესალმები ბათუმს და სრულიად საქართველოს. First of all, hello to everyone. Yes, for me, like stay in front of the Oleg is a really good opportunity. I'm not running anywhere. It's not rushing decision. I feel it by my heart. When I face him on 2024, yes, I was thinking maybe I will catch a little, I will grab my wrist and things like this. I was thinking in this way, but right now I'm not thinking in this way to stop him. I'm gonna think I will beat him, not thinking. I believed it. I will beat him, and tomorrow I will show a different level of myself.
When you look at the previous experiences and the previous matches that Oleg has pulled, one stands out. It was your countryman in the 95-kilogram section, the phenomenal Betkili Oniani. Have you been in contact with Betkili? Have you spoken with Betkili about Oleg and his style? Has he been able to impart any advice or wisdom on you of how to approach a match with someone as dangerous as Oleg?
I will say that we are Georgians. We have this in blood. We don't need to communicate by words. We just have this in the blood, and we don't need any preparation in front. So I believe in myself, and I'm prepared by myself. I don't need any advices or things like this. I prepared how I wanted, and yes, that's all.
Luca, do you feel like this man is the most dangerous man you've faced at this weight division? Or, let me rephrase that, do you think he's the most dangerous arm wrestler you have faced on the left arm to date?
Yes, I would say not dangerous, but one of the strongest men I have ever faced. Yes, I would say this. And of course, here no one coming by chance. Here coming two very strong athletes. So I'm standing on the stage because I deserve it, and I will prove it.
Now, you have won the World Championships, and you've won in dominant fashion. Just to let everybody watching at home know, tell them how old you are, Luca.
Yes, I'm 23. I'm wrestling for 4 years. And I know it's a little time, but yes, maybe I have this talent to face a legend like Oleg.
23 years of age, 4 years only of arm wrestling experience. Do you feel like you are a living representation of the new breed of arm wrestler that we are seeing coming into this sport?
Of course, of course. I am new generation of this sport. I have everything, every healthy muscles, every healthy tendons, and yes, I feel like I deserve.
Let's go back to the champion, Oleg. You have faced Luca before. You have beaten Luca before in main draw competition. Do you feel like from that first meeting you got a feel of where he is strong, where he is weak, and do you feel like you have a game plan very clearly mapped out in your mind of how to take him down tomorrow?
Так как вы уже боролись до этого на мире, и ты уже один раз его выиграл, после этого матча остались ли воспоминания, чтобы использовать этот опыт в этом матче, чтобы продумать тактику, где ты понимаешь, где его слабые стороны, куда лучше бить, если после этого матча осталось ощущение, то, что понимание его руки?
Ти понимаєш? У мене тактика завжди одна, мені головне виграти. Я тих, що виграю там на чемпіонатах Європи і світу, я не особливо запам'ятовую, бо я виграв і пішов. І мені там не треба запам'ятовувати, як він бореться. Але наскільки я пам'ятаю, він боровся по юніорах, і в нього там була травма, то чи взяв він ту пов'язку, бо тут вже зовсім інші нагрузки будуть, і може бути опять травма. Чи він подумав про себе?
You know, I go back to it. You know, I just come up to a table, I beat him, and I go back. I didn't really think about it, and I don't remember it much. You know, didn't think about it. But the thing is, again, Luka pulled in youth and got an injury there. So this is a very elite table. This is very high pressure, a lot of force at the table. So he might be careful not to injure himself again.
Do you feel like when you look across the table now at Luka that the lack of experience here at this level will be a problem for him tomorrow? Do you feel like the pressure of competing in front of his home nation will be a problem for him? Or do you feel that he has the disrespect of youth and can rise to that and use it as fire? How do you see, when you look at this man in the eyes, he will cope with that situation?
Как ты думаешь, когда ты смотришь на него, как он выступит завтра? Все-таки будет ли слишком сказываться неопытность, давление от Грузии, или же он использует это как огонь, и у него получится с этим справиться? Как ты думаешь?
Ну, я думаю, що в нас вийде дуже хороша боротьба, але я думаю, що йому буде важко. Ну, це вже як я вирішу. Це вже як я вирішу.
You know, it's gonna be a good match, but him fighting me would depend on me. It's gonna go however I decide it's gonna go, but it's gonna be a good match. I think it's gonna be okay.
Luka, we'll finish with you, mate. The title is on the line. In your home country, you are staring across the table from one of the dominant, in fact, I'm going to say the most dominant 85-kilogram arm wrestler of all time. If you had a message to give him on the day before you go in to try to take away his title, what would it be?
Like he said, he did not remember when I pulled with him who I was. I promise I will make him remember this match really, really, really good all his life.
Да, как ты сказал до этого, последнее сообщение от Луки, когда ты сказал про ваш первый матч, и ты сказал то, что особо не запомнилось. После этого матча ты вспомнишь, и ты запомнишь наш матч.
Супер. Нагадай мені, як це. Я хочу, щоб він нагадав мені, як це.
Yeah, I just want to make me remember how it feels like, you know, make me remember how it feels. And I'll make you remember how it felt like the first time to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it goes down tomorrow night here in Batumi, and you can watch it on pay-per-view, evwsports.com. Buy that pay-per-view now. We're going to face these guys off at the front of the table. Luka Taradze of Georgia, Oleg Zhok of Ukraine. It goes down tomorrow night here. And as you can see, it is for the championship of the world. Who will rise here in Georgia? There is a very confident look in the eye of Luka Taradze. There is a very dominant look in the eye of Oleg Zhok. Tomorrow, the talk is done. It goes down. Fellas, thank you, and we will see you tomorrow night as we move on to the next match. And you can see neither one of these guys wants to look away, and they are trying to exert their dominance here before the match happens. Taradze and Zhok. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a very short break, and we will come back with our co-main event and main event match of the night here. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes as we change the stage for our co-main event and main event matches. Do not go away. We will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Batumi, Georgia. We are here in the Grand Bellagio, and we have got some unfinished business. Our co-main event and our main event of the evening are still to come on stage. Ladies and gents, before we do that, I would like to welcome another very important person up on stage with me. He is the CEO of EVW Sports. Please welcome Mr. Robert Baxter. Robert Baxter, CEO of EVW Sports, joining me on stage for this, our main event sequence of matches. Let's now introduce our athletes, starting with our co-main event of the evening. This will be contested over 7 rounds in the men's super heavyweight division, and Bulgaria will face Poland in an epic clash. Firstly, I would like you to welcome this man. Making his way on stage, he is a multiple Bulgarian national champion, European champion, and WAF champion of the world. Please raise it up and welcome Asiji Georgi Svedka. Asiji in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Georgi Svetkov is with us, representing his home nation of Bulgaria. The man he will face is a rising star of the sport, hailing from and proudly representing the nation of Poland. Raise it up for the Golden Dragon, Kamil Jablonski. Kamil Jablonski is here, our co-main event, 7 rounds. And our main event is also in the super heavyweight division. Let's welcome our athletes now making their way to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be contested over 7 rounds. On the men's left arm, and it is for the gauntlet and the super heavyweight world championship title. Kazakhstan will face Russia. And I would like to introduce, firstly, our Kazakh athlete. He is a legendary giant killer and the Kazakh national champion. He is also a multiple European champion and WAF world champion, and a 2-weight reigning EVW world champion. Please welcome on stage Alizhan Monday Muratov. The man with the biggest forearms, pound for pound, in the game may be Alizhan Muratov. And tomorrow night he tries to continue and build on his giant killing legacy as he faces the ultimate giant in the men's super heavyweight division. This man hails from and is proudly representing his home nation of Russia. He is a many-time Russian national champion, European champion, and world champion who has progressed into the professional ranks and is the reigning and defending super heavyweight champion of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Siberian Bear, Vitaly Lalatin. Vitaly Lalatin of Russia brings the gauntlet, brings the belt, and it is showtime. Let's get this underway as quickly as we can. There's been a serious tempo change, Robert, and we have assembled a real series of super heavyweight matches. Let's start with the co-main event. How excited are you personally seeing this one go down? Kamil Jablonski and Georgie Spetkov, Robert. These guys are really keen to get at each other.
Now, these two are great. They've been doing so much on the promotions. We've maybe never had so much promotion. Devin Larratt, maybe. But these two, incredible.
Do you know this guy can eat 10 lemons in a single sitting, ladies and gentlemen? That's the kind of guy that you're dealing with when you mess with Acid G. Georgie, welcome to the show, mate. As always, there is a massive smile on your face, and your eyes were firmly focused on Jablonski like he is a lemon ready to eat.
Welcome, guys. I can't stop watching Camille. I love him so much.
I think I was in. I think I need to put chocolate on me, like before we talk. Looks like.
We will see.
Now, you guys have been going back and forth over social media. You've been on various podcasts, and you've been getting a little bit heated there. But there is a lot of mutual respect. You've talked a lot about the stylistic matchup here. A lot of people feel like this is a very challenging match for you, Georgie, from a style perspective, and feel like you may have a better chance with top rollers, with hookers, but not with the dead risk press specialist like Jablonski. Do you feel like that is an accurate assessment, or have you been planning something extra special for the Golden Dragon?
Well, Neil, you are right about that. This match is very bad for my style, but I think that I'm very well prepared, and I have some special secret techniques who I will show tomorrow, and he must be very careful with me.
Georgie, how you train the secret techniques? With the juniors?
No, my friend, it's a secret.
But for sure it's not with Krasi. He's a hook puller.
It's difficult to find an opponent like you, strong presser. It's a few people are doing this on the planet, so big challenge for me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It means that you are not prepared for me.
No, believe me, I'm very strong and very hungry to prove that I can beat you.
I believe you are very strong, but you are not ready for my press.
We will see, Camille. I think that you are pretty confident about winning the match, but let's hope you will not very disappointed.
I am not confident. I just know what you don't like, and you don't like flop press. Simple.
Watch my match with Jerry Cadoret, and you will see what happened. I just lost with fouls.
Yeah, but look, Jerry is old man, and you try to show that you beat old man. Look, I watched few matches, like 4 years ago, yeah? Frank Lamparelli, top roll guy. You took his wrist, and he hold you for press. Guy who is not press. So, yeah.
Camille, don't forget that this was WAF World Championship. We were 40 people category. Don't forget that.
Look,
it's also very difficult.
I was pulling in the WAF in Supermatch Italy year later with Frank, with Battaglia, and I beat easy them. And you have struggled.
Competition in Italy and World Armwrestling Championship are different things. Believe me. Big difference.
I think you saying you are good with the flop press, but really, in the elite pullers, there is no flop press, really. I am only the one, and you will feel it tomorrow. You will understand.
Okay, we will see. Waiting. 2 months I'm thinking every day for you. Every day.
Yeah, get more.
While eating, sleeping, I wake up with you. I think with you when I train, when I eat, when I go to take shower every day.
I see everything, and I'm worried. It's too much food, Georgie. You will tomorrow explode, like boom.
My friend, too confident. Don't be.
Calm down, Georgie.
I'm
Relax.
nightmare for everybody. No one beat me easy. No one. You can ask also Devon about his match with me. Ask him.
Look, Devon,
the great one.
Devon is always like that, so he's not surprised. He fight with everyone like that. So, but Georgie, I will be gently. Don't worry too much.
I'm not worried, Camille. I'm waiting for tomorrow. Very excited.
Cool.
Camille, do you not get a little bit worried, Camille, when you look down the table at that face, and you know that he has been thinking about you when he's eating, Camille. That man is thinking about you a lot.
You know, that's what he have left only, to be honest, only thinking. So let's keep him thinking and see tomorrow.
Joking aside, how confident are you, Camille? You seem super relaxed. This is the biggest I think I've ever seen you. You look in fantastic shape, but it's clear from that you've taken Georgi Svetkov very seriously. Are you giving him the respect that he deserves? Do you feel like this is the best version of the Golden Dragon we've ever seen?
Yeah, let's be honest. We joke a lot, but I am taking him really serious. And tomorrow, there is no more laughing. Tomorrow, I'll be very serious, and I will really do my best to win it. Because I know he is very well prepared. We can see that. He gained a lot of weight. He's massive, and I know he won't be easy. And another question I've got to Georgi. Are you in your best shape in your life or not? How was your shape with Michael Todd? Better you are now or not?
It's difficult me to say, but I think that now I'm in very, very, very good shape. Very good shape.
Better than with Michael or not?
Maybe better. Better endurance, I think. I worked a lot in my trainings for the endurance because I will need it for you.
So, okay, we will see. Because if I will be too fast, what the endurance will help you? You need power, Georgi.
My friend, believe me, it will be a long match. Long, difficult match.
I really want to believe you, but...
I'm not Michael, I'm not Jerry, believe me. Difficult to be pinned.
Okay, I'm scared now.
Do you feel like Georgi, for you, represents a difficult stylistic challenge, or do you feel like he's actually quite conducive to your style? Do you feel like he is a good challenge for you?
You know, it's hard to say. Probably all of you know that hook pullers are my nightmare, yeah? And he is not really hook puller. So I believe he is not the hardest match what I could get now here. But, you know, his size and his back pressure power and his pronation, they are all amazing. So we will see, you know. I believe I can go through him, and this shouldn't be difficult because I am also super shape, you know. I push so much weights. I don't have any pain in my right arm. I believe that I will really do good job. That's what I believe.
Robert, you can feel the intensity coming off the table up here. These guys really want to get into it. When you've watched the entertainment and the promotion you talked about, who do you find more convincing? When you look at the guys when they're up here today, both seem relaxed, both seem very jovial, and there's an air of confidence about both. Who are you buying into the most here? Who do you feel like believes the hype?
I think they both believe it. They're both equally confident, and if I didn't know, without any favorites, I think they're both just doing an excellent job of promoting their matches, and I think they really do believe they're going to win, each of them.
It's a massive matchup there. Super heavyweight division is an incredibly stacked division. It's probably the most intense it's been in 2 decades. And these guys are chasing for that top spot. Both of them have made very clear the level of aspiration. Where do you put these guys in your own mind in terms of their potential to reach the top of the division?
Well, I think styles make matches, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. I think Camille has already demonstrated that he's got a style that gives Devin a lot of trouble in his left-handed match a few years ago with you. And so...
you remember that match, Camille? Do you remember what happened there? Any... What was that?
It was a nice story because in 48 hours I just beat 2 strongest USA pullers on the left arm 2 years ago. So
You don't like to talk about it normally, though.
you know, everyone knows what was that, but yeah, 6-0 Las Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a match in prospect. It is our co-main event of the evening. You know that it will be entertaining. The Thunder and Lightning is just beginning. It will really get going tomorrow night. The co-main event, right arm, 7 rounds, super heavyweight co-main event. Acid G, the Golden Dragon. Who have you got? Buy that pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen. It goes down tomorrow night, and we are not done yet. The main event of tomorrow night is on the left arm, and it is for everything. The belt, the World Championship title, and the gauntlet in the men's super heavyweight division. Before we introduce our athletes and hear from them, Robert, it doesn't get much bigger than this one. A huge match in prospect.
Yeah, I really do believe this is the biggest left-handed match in history, and we're going to be in for a real treat tomorrow.
And you look at both these athletes, we talked about it with Georgie and Camille, move it up 10 gears and you've got the cut. Look at the face of Money Muratov. Look at him. He looks like it's Christmas morning and he's just getting ready to unwrap his presents. You look at the champion and he is as calm as a mill pond. Not a breeze of emotion on this man's face. It should be incredible. And one of the things that we have seen, even here within the venue, there is a very big disparity in terms of the opinions of people involved in this match. A lot of people believe that Vitali is too much, too big, has too many options. There's just as many people that believe that this man can continue that giant killing legacy and make this the most special night of his glittering career. When you sit between these athletes, do you have any leaning? Do you feel like one guy has a better chance than the other, and if so, why?
I actually think this is a very even match. I don't really know who's going to win. Looking at the polling and what the fans believe, they started out, they believed in Vitali. Vitali was a favorite, but because Alajan's coming out, well, he came out with probably the best athlete video we've ever had, and it's extremely well done. He changed the hearts of many people, and now it's about even in the polling, very close, and that's what I thought from the beginning as well.
Ladies and gents, let's introduce our athletes, and we will ask our translator, Alex, to ask them the questions on my behalf. Firstly, hailing from Kazakhstan and sat just to my right here is the Kazakh national champion, multiple European and world champion, and the 2-division champion of EVW, Alejan Money Muratov. The giant killer is in the house. He's looking chilled. He's looking ready. Sat just to my side is the reigning and defending super heavyweight champion of the world and the holder of the gauntlet in East versus West. He is the ultimate super heavyweight left-hander, the Siberian Bear, Vitali Laletin. We're going to start with the champion. Vitali, there is a real air of confidence around you here, a swag. You seem like you've got a maturity and a certainty about you. How confident are you of defending your title here against this incredibly dangerous opponent?
Виталий, когда я смотрю на тебя, от тебя прям исходит эта аура расслабленности и уверенности в себе. Насколько ты уверен в том, что сможешь защитить титул?
Всех рад приветствовать. Действительно, на соревнования я еду расслабляться, так как я в городе у себя работаю, а здесь я приезжаю получать удовольствие. Ну, как всегда, если бы я не был бы уверен, я бы не приехал, поэтому уверен на 100%.
You know, first of all, hello everybody. And yes, I am relaxed. In my city, I work hard and I come here as a holiday. I come down here, I relax, and I enjoy this. So yes, I'm really, really confident in defending this one.
I know you will have done your homework, Vitaly. You know a lot about this man. You've seen him come to the table and defeat some very big, very strong athletes who you know very well. He had a very impressive win against Steel Morozov. What do you feel is the difference maker in this match, and what do you feel you do that can put the brakes on the speed which he brings?
Я уверен, ты хорошо изучил своего соперника. У него было много побед, невероятная победа над Морозовым. Что именно будет ключевым моментом в вашем матче? Что ты делаешь достаточно хорошо, чтобы переманить этот матч на свою сторону? Чтобы остановить его скорость?
Я всегда говорил, что хорошего верховика никто в крюк не закрутит. Это так и произойдет. Ну и, конечно, у меня большое преимущество в весе. Я знаю, что Алижан очень сильный, опытный спортсмен, очень быстрый, но я тоже быстрый.
You know, I always said a good top roller will never get hooked. I know Alijan is an incredible athlete. He's very experienced and he's fast, but I know I have the advantage in that. I know I have the advantage in the side as well.
Do you believe that the giant killing thing is just when he has a higher level of skill? And do you feel like size does matter and you are just simply too big?
Как ты думаешь, вот этот титул убийцы гигантов, все-таки у него есть лимит? И с таким соперником, как ты, этот лимит появляется, и ты слишком большой для него, как соперник?
Ну, тут дело не в размерах даже больше, а в опыте спортсменов. Да, он много кого больших заборол, тоже ребята сильные, но не такие сильные, как я. Поэтому здесь будет очень нелегко ему.
You know, it's not just the size, it's his experience as well. Sure, he beat a lot of people, a lot of big people, but not a lot of people like him.
He's actually led me into my next question. I was going to ask him, does he feel like Alijan, from a stylistic perspective, represents a unique challenge? Has he ever experienced, or does he feel like he's faced someone who wrestles in the same style as Alijan Muratov?
И это хорошо переходит в вопрос о опыте. Был ли в твоей карьере такой соперник? Потому что, когда я смотрю, мне кажется, для тебя это какой-то особый опыт. Был ли у тебя соперник, который борется, как Алижан?
Ну, в моей жизни было много соперников, которые весили больше меня, но люди, которые весили меньше меня не выигрывали.
You know, I had a lot of opponents who were heavier than me, but the one thing is, when an opponent was smaller than me and lighter than me, he wasn't beating me.
Confident words and a real air of certainty around Vitaly Veletin. We are going to go over to Alijan Muratov and check in with him ahead of this monumental matchup. Alijan, it's fair to say that history in strength and combat sports often suggests that where balance exists, chaos does not. Where chaos exists, balance does not. You are a wizard in creating calm from chaos, creating opportunity from chaos. Your explosivity, your directional choices are unique. Do you believe that that is the key to overcoming someone with the physical advantages that this man possesses?
Алижан, ты мастер того, чтобы из хаоса останавливать матч и сразу же успокаивать всю ситуацию. Как ты считаешь, поможет ли тебе эта способность в любой ситуации найти контроль, совладать с таким соперником, как Виталий, который физически больше тебя?
Hello everyone. Hello Georgia. Tomorrow we see the best event this year. Всех приветствую, в том числе Виталия. Рад тебя видеть. В первую очередь хотел отметить, что я сегодня здесь, завтра мы боремся с Виталием. Это о многом говорит, что я добился этого файта. Это меня радует. Конечно же, мы
оба готовились. И завтра я точно знаю, что завтра будет очень жесткая битва, и вы это увидите.
No, first of all, hello everybody. And Neil, the thing is, I'm sitting here today, and I'm gonna be pulling him tomorrow. That means I deserve my spot here. I did enough to get here and fight with him. And tomorrow, you're gonna see it, and I believe it's gonna be a great battle between us.
Alajan, a lot of people have said that you are able to beat super heavyweights, but you are not super heavyweight strong. And if this match goes any kind of distance, if the match stops and turns into a battle, that your chances diminish greatly. How do you feel when you hear that? Do you believe that you are able to win a power match against Vitaly?
Многие говорят, что ты можешь побороть супертяжеловесов, но именно той физической силы, как у суперов, у тебя нету. Вопрос такой, что если этот матч остановится и начнется длинная борьба, сможешь ли ты справиться с соперником именно в чистой силе?
Я наперед заходить не хочу, но как вчера я говорил, до этого, которые были соперники, многие фанаты не верили в мою победу, но всякий раз победа была за мной. И я верю в завтрашний день, безусловно. Верю в себя, верю во Всевышнего, что завтра может быть положительный день для меня.
You know, each time people were telling me, you can't beat this one. And each time the victory was mine. And I moved on and again and again and again. And I believe in myself. I believe in tomorrow. And I believe it's going to be, with help of God, I believe in this one that victory will walk away with me.
The second criticism, the second observation that many people have put forward in comments around the social media environment, ladies and gentlemen, we have been, let's make some room for a little one. Move that way a little bit, and the gauntlet is on the stage. Ladies and gents, we are being joined on stage by Georgia's own super heavyweight world champion, Levan Saganashvili. Levan, welcome to the stage. The undisputed king of arm wrestling is in the house, and we will come to Vitaly and Muratov first, and when we are finished with the question for Muratov, we will come back to the big man sat just to my side and understand exactly what's on his mind. Alijan, going back to the question, the observation had been that, and you heard it a moment ago from Vitaly, a good top roller doesn't get hooked. Do you feel like your only shot, or do you agree that your only shot is to hook this man? Or do you have other ways to beat him?
Если вернуться к тому, что сказал сам Виталий, и о мнении многих людей, хорошего верховика невозможно закрутить. Вопрос такой, что если все-таки не получится у тебя закрутить, есть ли как дополнительные планы, дополнительные способы этого матча? Или же все-таки крюк — это единственная тактика?
Почему мы должны говорить о плохом, да? О плохом исходе. Мы только должны о положительном. Я должен закрутить. Кто верит? Кто верит, что я закручу?
Why we speak about the negatives, Neil? We have to speak about the positives. Let's speak about me hooking him, actually.
Если Алижан меня закрутит, я поверю, что крюковики действительно сильны. Действительно сильны, если он закрутит меня.
You know, yeah, if Alijan actually hooks me, then yes, I will believe that hook pullers are actually strong, if he manages that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening tomorrow night here in Batumi, Georgia, will be for the left-handed championship of the world and the gauntlet held by Vitaly Lelatin of Russia. Alexander Muratov feels like it will be his night, and there is a sinister calm about the champion. Who will rise? We will find out in Georgia tomorrow. You can see it on pay-per-view with all of our matches, 13 of them in total. We met them all tonight, and tomorrow, 8 p.m. Georgian time, it goes down. Do not miss it. Get your pay-per-view now, evwsports.com. And I think it's about time we hear from this man. He's just joined us on stage. He is the super heavyweight champion of the world and is universally recognized as the best to ever do it in terms of the level that he has attained in the supers. Levan, welcome to the show. Welcome to the table up here. And it is wonderful to be in Georgia. I believe you've got something that you wanted to tell everybody collected here tonight.
მივესალმები დამსწრე საზოგადოებას. დიდი მადლობა მოგზანებისთვის. მადლობა ბათუმს. ძალიან მიყვარს ბათუმი და ყოველთვის განსაკუთრებული სიყვარულით ხვდებიან ხოლმე ბათუმში და ძალიან მიყვარს ეს ქალაქი და ხალხი.
First of all, I want to welcome everybody in attendance, everybody in Batumi. You know, I love this city. It's exceptional. The way they love me here, it's great. I love the city very much.
რატომაც შეგაწუხეთ და რატომ ამოვედი სცენაზე? იცით რომ დეკემბერში უნდა მქონოდა შეხვედრა, თუმცა ყველაფერი ავწონე კარგად. ჩემი მდგომარეობა ჯანმრთელობის ტრაუმის არ მაძლევს რეალურად იმის საშუალებას, რომ დეკემბერში დავიცვა ტიტული.
First of all, why I bother you here today? I weighed my options, I weighed everything, my injury, my health, about the match in December.
და მინდა რომ ჩემი ტიტული გავხადო ვაკანტური, ცოტა ხანი დავისვენო შემდეგ წლამდე. და მანამდე ყავდეს ახალი ჩემპიონი მფლობელი ქამრის. ვფიქრობ, რომ ძალიან დიდი мотиваცია იქნება ეს ბიჭებისთვის და არ მინდა რომ ასე ვთქვათ ეს ქამარი ესე შენახული მქონდეს ასე ვთქვათ ჩემს სახში. და მინდა რომ ახალი ჩემპიონი იყოს და შემდეგ დაუბრუნდე და დავიბრუნო ჩემი ქამარი ახრიდან.
I decided to vacate it as I will rest until the next year. I decided everything. I want the league to have a new champion, to have a great deal of motivation for every athlete in this league. And as I come back next year around that, I will be ready to return it. But until then, I want a new champion to see the belt around him.
ხო, ამის შესახებ ვისაუბრეთ ლიგასთან ერთად, რობერტ ბაქსტერთან ერთად და სხვა ხელმძღვანელებთან ერთად და ისინი მათ მიიღეს ჩემი ეს გადაწყვეტილება და დაეთანხმნენ და რა ვიცი, წარმატებებს უსურვებ ყველას დროებით შემიძლია გადმოგცეთ შემდეგ წელს აუცილებლად დავიბრუნებ.
As I discussed it with the league, they accepted my offer and I'm really happy. So as this belt goes to another champion, they can have it for a little bit, and I will for sure get it back.
Robert Baxter, that is some very big news right there. Wow. Levan Saganashvili vacates the super heavyweight title. That changes a lot, and the next step would be well, tell us what the next step would be, Robert, in terms of how that will be dealt with and addressed.
Well, I think this is it's been a surprise that this has come, but I do, I have to appreciate Levan for vacating the title so other people can challenge while he's getting ready for next year. So he had an injury, as most people know, earlier this year, and it's taken a little bit longer for him to recover. The prognosis is that he told me that his looking very good. And so we know that it's going to be very challenging for whoever has this title to hold it for very long. But I think with all due respect, we've got to give Devin Larratt a chance to...
Devin Larratt is actually here. Can we get him up? Devin, you want to come up here, mate? Massive news. Yeah. I'll get out. Let me get out of the way here. I'll stand up at the back. And Dev, do you want to come and take a seat here, or we get a chair? Can we scoot up a little bit there and slide along?
Are you sure? Are you sure, Levon? Really? Well, not that one. This one? I just put it on one time here. Oh, oh, Levon, that's terrible, terrible. You know, you chase this guy your whole life. You know, I feel like I've been chasing you for the last seven years or so. I've been chasing Levon. The first time he broke my arm, the second time he broke my back. I keep on coming after you. It's an honor to be recognized by you, by the league, to get this. But the truth is my next two matches I've already committed to pull in the 115 kilogram division. And as much as I would love to have this, I don't think it would be right to take it from you without a fight, or to take it without at least beating somebody. There's many, many people on this stage who deserve a shot at this, and I don't think it should be handed. I think we should at least have to have a fight for it. So very respectfully, I would pass it back to the league, and I'd ask you guys to set it up and work it out so that this is given to a rightful champion. And I will say that it will be very, very hard for anybody to forget about you for a very long time. So I think that we await your return. And in the meanwhile, one of us will keep this warm after we decide amongst us who is the right one to hold it. Thank you. Thank you.
Devin, number one, mate, I couldn't agree more with what you've just said. I think it's very honourable, and I think it's the right thing. So many questions come out of that. Let's start with one. When you say a rightful champion, I mean, I'm assuming that would pass down the ranks, and we'll get clarification there on that. But if you were to point to the guy who is most worthy in the most chaotic situation we've had for quite a while now, where we have Hermes injured, Muratov injured. We've got obviously a couple of the top guys facing each other here. This athlete who was on the cusp of getting, and a couple of times did not get his shot at the title. It's quite a chaotic situation, mate. But if you were to point to a man who would be most worthy, if you are not going to contest that, who would that man be?
Can we just give it back to Levon? No. Okay. I think that event after event, because it needs to be defended, I think that when I look at the super heavyweight division, I think that certainly the one who should be fighting for it, someone who's been skipped over many times, it's got to be Vitaly Leletin. It's got to be Vitaly. It's got to be one of the guys in that fight. That's what I think.
That is a very fair assumption. But, Robert, I mean, ultimately, this is a decision for the league. Have you got any immediate thoughts? Sorry to put you on the spot, but have you got any immediate thoughts about if Devin doesn't want that, who it goes to? How do you address that?
Well, I think we ought to take the winner of Georgi Setkov and Kamil Jablonski to go against to go for the title in December.
Okay, so tomorrow night. So tomorrow night would effectively be a title eliminator. So that, if I'm reading that correctly, whoever wins tomorrow night between Georgie and Camille will face Vitaly, or who? Or do we know? We do not know who right now.
Yeah, whoever is standing at the top come December, whether that's Vitaly, or if there's anybody that can challenge him between now and then, so that will remain a question mark.
Look at the face of these two guys. You're seeing the match significance. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. So the match significance just went a little bit higher for Georgie Svetkov and Kamil Jablonski. How about that, guys? Oh, and I'll tell you what else that means, gentlemen. If it is indeed this man you were to face, it wasn't too long ago that Georgie Svetkov and Kamil were both wanting to face Vitaly Laletin. How does that sound? It's just got a little more serious between you two, if it wasn't already serious tomorrow night. Any immediate thoughts in that 5-minute section? What do you think about that?
I think that match against Vitaly is dream match for me. And Camille has to realize that he's talking to a maniac, obsessed about the sport, thinking of him every day. And tomorrow will be crazy fight. I promise you. I will die on the table, but I will beat him.
Guys, that's crazy. Everything what's going on here is crazy. So, looks like my dream's coming faster than I wanted, to be honest. I was thinking maybe a year or two I can try fight for the title. But I didn't think this would be like kind of this year. So, that's crazy. And also, like Georgie, looks like he's super motivated now to crush me tomorrow. But I think I've got same insight in me that I can't lose that opportunity, and I will really fight for the life tomorrow. So I'm sorry, Georgie, but I won't be tomorrow myself, really.
A truly remarkable 10 minutes right there. The super heavyweight title is back in the mix. Levon Saganashvili vacates the title. Kamil Jablonski, Georgie Svetkov will have a title eliminator tomorrow. The winner of that match will face an athlete to be determined in December in Vegas. And this thing has just got a hell of a lot more seriously really quick. What a way to finish off this segment. One thing you can always rely on in arm wrestling, it will throw up the last minute thing you didn't see coming. We are going to conclude our press conference there. I'm sure there's an enormous amount to talk about right now. We'll move the tables. We will face off our co-main event and main event athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to East versus West, where drama lives. Wow. We will be back in just a couple of minutes with our face-offs and immediate reactions to what has gone on. We will see you very, very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Grand Bellagio here in Batumi, Georgia. Welcome to East versus West 25 and our face-off of the co-main event and main event matches for tomorrow night here. EBW CEO Robert Baxter is on stage. We are now going to welcome our athletes on stage, and we will start with our Bulgarian athlete, and he is Asad Georgis Fatka. And our other athlete in the co-main event for this right arm 7-rounder, representing Poland, welcome the Golden Dragon, Kamil Jablonski. Jablonski and Acid G, Yuri Svetkov. It is on tomorrow night here in Batumi, Georgia, East versus West 25. And we have just learned it will be a title eliminator. Who will rise? Jablonski and Georgi Svetkov. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, get your pay-per-view now at evwsports.com. And only one more match left. We will now face off our athletes for the main event of the evening tomorrow night and the main event of East versus West 25. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome firstly the challenger onto the stage, hailing from and representing Kazakhstan. Welcome Alisher Money Muratov. And in defense of his title, the East versus West reigning and defending champion of the world, welcome Vitaly Lalatin. Lalatin and Muratov will face tomorrow night for the gauntlet, for the belt, for the bragging rights. And as you can see, there is a reason they call Muratov the giant killer, Money Muratov, and the Siberian bear, Vitaly Lalatin. The title on the line, the gauntlet on the line. It is all on the line here at East versus West 25 in Batumi. Ladies and gentlemen, get your pay-per-view now. Do not miss this intense fight card. Tomorrow night, 13 of the best. Now is the time to buy. Do not miss the entertainment from EBW 25.